Happy Wednesday. One thing that I keep forgetting to touch on, and only because, you know, in the past I made the other videos and I was moving over this, and I really don't want to talk about any negative stuff. I really don't. Zero negativity on these videos. But I need to address this. If you're an endomorph and you are trying to set out on this journey, and I'm only saying this because this applies to my life, okay? You cannot be a hater, and you also don't want any haters around you when you are going after this goal of losing weight. Now, it may not seem applicable, but I tell you what, it's very applicable, and the reason why is because you don't have the time to worry about other people. Worrying about other people and being jealous and frustrated, all of that sucks up your willpower. And you will need all the willpower that you can muster up to reach this goal, especially if you have a lot of weight to lose, and especially if you haven't had an opportunity to adjust your lifestyle to the carbohydrate intake that you are going to need to have in order to lose all this fat. All of this stuff takes willpower, and you are just draining your willpower reserves by placing your mind on other people and worried about what they're doing or what they have or any of that. So get that out of your mind. And you can't have haters around you because they're going to discourage you. This is a very serious thing. More importantly than anything is, if you're an endomorph and you're overweight, is your health. Your health needs to be number one. If you have people around you that are discouraging you, I mean, I can't tell you how many people were, people that even cared about me when I was cutting to 10% body fat. Oh, you're too, that's too small for you. Man, it doesn't matter if it's too small for me. That's what I want. That's what my goal is. You either support my goal or you don't. You can't have that stuff around you. I'm a pretty mentally strong individual. I can't get knocked off of my motivational path. It's that simple. Unless it's sickness or something like that, and even then, it's in my mind. But everyone's not that way. Everyone doesn't have that kind of acute focus. And I stress to you, get people that aren't supportive of your goals away from you, at least while you're trying to conquer this thing. If you have 40, 50, even 30 pounds to lose, you don't have time for discouragement. You don't have time for people talking to you about being too small, or people saying you're trying to lose too much weight, or you're too obsessed with this goal, or you don't need to do this, or you don't need to do that. You can't have that kind of energy around you. Not even trying to come at it from a negative perspective. I'm coming at it from a logical perspective. Keep the people away from you that aren't supporting your goal. Keep your mind clear of, what other people are doing, how you feel about other people, jealousy, frustration about other people. You shouldn't even be thinking that way anyway. We need to be more worried about ourselves. We only need to worry about ourselves. If it's not your kid, if it's not your partner in life or your parent, even friends, be careful about your feelings about what your friends do. Your friends don't always want to hear your opinion. Your friends don't care. And a lot of the time in my past, you start throwing your ideas on how other people should live their lives and your opinion, you just get people pissed off at you. They get upset. They don't want to hear it. Focus on you. Focus on what you need to do. Focus on this huge undertaking that you have, and, focus on your eating. Focus on those kind of things. Don't focus on other people. You know, this whole idea of, you know, losing this weight, you know, you're looking at 3,500 calories per pound. You're looking at having to go into a deficit of however much weight. You know, if it's 10 pounds, you have to create a deficit over X amount of weeks of 35,000 calories. You don't have time to worry about what everybody else is doing. You really don't. The willpower, the not going to events and blowing your, you know, a lot of people, what they do is they, you know, they're worried about everybody else, they're worried about all this other stuff, and you're spinning your wheels. Why? Because maybe you do have a couple good days. Oh yeah, I did good. And then you go out to an event and you eat you eat high carb, you start intaking a bunch of dietary fat. That fat stores in your body because that's what happens to endomorph. Insulin goes up. You're eating fatty foods, all that fat's getting stored. It's called the thrifty genotype, if you want to look it up and read about it. Thrifty genotype. And it's linked to vitamin D deficiency. Look all that up. I know this stuff because I research. I spend my time focused on the research that I need to focus on in order to reach my goals instead of worrying about other people. I don't think about other people, man. You know? If it's not the people that I'm hitting up daily to see how they're doing, or my kid, or my partner, or the people that reach out to me to ask me for help, I'm not thinking about them. I don't care. It's that simple. You gotta focus on you. You can't, you know, if you want to lose all this weight or you want to get lean, if that's what's important to you, endomorph, because once again, if you're not an endomorph, this stuff ain't for you. You shouldn't even be here if you're not an endomorph. I see people comment on my videos and I know they're not endomorphs. I'm just like, you expect me to talk to you? These videos are for me to help people that are like me. Even my friends. If you are not an endomorph and you say something on my videos, it just goes in one ear and out the other because these videos aren't even for you. My energy is being poured into endomorphs out there that are going through the type of crap that I'm going through and the type of crap that I've been through. That's the only reason why I take the time out to make these videos. I don't make these videos for kudos. I don't make these videos because I want someone that's not an endomorph to comment on these videos and, you know, say whatever. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I have enough things to worry about in a day besides how someone that this information doesn't apply to feels about the information. It's a waste of my time. It's a waste of your time. You know, but that's what I'm saying. You have to compartmentalize, man. If you want to lose this weight and you want to have success in this realm of your life, you got to compartmentalize things. You know, if it takes getting these people away from you for a while in order to reach, you know, a high level of success and control of, you know, your food intake and all these other things, your behavior, the people that you hang out with, the people that you have influencing your mind, if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. Stop worrying about being nice to everybody else. Be nice to yourself. And the way that you're nice to yourself is keeping bad people away from you, keeping haters away from you, keeping jealous people away from you. Being a good person yourself and not gossiping and being jealous of other people and being a hater yourself. And giving, helping other people. Like, you know, the stuff that I do on these videos. I'm not a pro. I'm not a professional. I'm just a guy with a camera who researches some topics, who shares those topics that he's researched and tells you to go do the same thing. I share my own understanding from the situational tendencies that I've been able to gather and the habits that I've been able to gather that have given me success in this area of fat loss and an improved sense of weight management. Happy Wednesday.